Good pike, guys. Nice one. Right there. Nice fish. That's a good little northern. All right, I'm gonna grab him in the net. Just because I know how they act. They get all angry when you reach for them. Come here, buddy. Just like that. Nice little pike. Hang on, buddy. We're gonna put you back. Nice little pike. Got him with trailer hook and the primary hook on that spinnerbait right there. Well, buddy, you ate it up, didn't you? All right, I don't want to hurt you here. Let's see here. There we go. There we go, folks. Nice little starter pike. We're gonna be throwing spinnerbaits today. We've got Mick fishing in the back of the boat. We're gonna be sharing camera duties, going after some northerns just like this guy. We might pick up a few largemouth too, who knows? It's fall time, it's fun time. Let's slide that little dude back in. See you, buddy. Where'd he go? There he is.
A big one?
I can't tell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one, guys. Look at there, folks. Look at here, guys. Oh. Get in there. Got him, guys. That's a lot of weight for one arm. Whoo! Look at that. He wasn't even hooked, guys. Look at this. That thing was just jammed to the side of his mouth, the head. There's no hooks in that fish's mouth at all. Look at that. It's just wedged. Oh, wow. Here we go, folks. Nice pike. Gotta go about 10 pounds or so. Big, long dude. The freshwater wolf. There he is, guys. What a beauty.
Nice fish.
Beautiful fish. Oh, there he goes. he was ready to go. That right there, folks, is when you know. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that on the end of my finger is a pike tooth, and he got me right in the finger. That's what I call the water wolf. I don't want to handle those too well. Look at that. I'll just rinse that off and go back to fishing. I'm going to talk spinnerbaits here for a minute, and there's a lot of different spinnerbaits on the market, and one of the biggest rules for pike fishing is the color of white and chartreuse, and you want it heavy. You want 1/2 ounce or heavier. We'll run them up to 5/8 ounce, 3/4 of an ounce. But let me show you the two I run right now. They're just pulsator. There's nothing fancy about them. This guy right here is our white pattern. It's got a glitter head. It's a 5/8 ounce head, and I like to run them with double willows. And the willow blade puts off a lot of light and a lot of vibration. And for northerns, it seems that they always prefer the willow over the Colorado. And the double willow is just twice as much flash. Now in the clear water like we have around here in the Northwest, I'll tend to always run the white. Now a lot of areas, if the water's muddy, you're fishing in the creek or you're fishing in the springtime and it's just muddy due to runoff, what we'll do is we'll switch up. And this is the white and chartreuse. Same reflection head with the glitter. It's a double willow also, but what you'll notice is we've got a gold leaf here for our main, and then we've got a silver for our back. And a lot of times, whether you're bass fishing or pike fishing, the thing to keep in mind is when you're fishing in muddy water, you want to have a gold leaf on there. The gold puts off more light in mud than does the chrome. But this is just a combination of both. Big willow leaf. When you buy your spinnerbait, make sure it's got the biggest willow leaf that you can find just to put that light off. But this would be a muddy water situation bait right here. Now what we're doing, you always need to run a trailer hook. And some spinnerbaits come with them and some spinnerbaits don't. And a lot of times when we're bass fishing, we won't necessarily run a trailer hook because they can see a lot better than a northern. When a northern gets right up on top of the bait, they actually lose sight of it due to their nose and the placement of their eyes on top of their head. And you'll hear people talk about northern striking and missing all the time. Well, that's just due to that blind spot in front of them where their eyes come out and cross across their nose. So as you can see, we've got a trailer hook rigged on here, but I want to show you how to rig your own if it doesn't come with one in the package. What we'll do here, we'll take the white one. You can see we don't have a trailer hook on here. And what we want to do, what I use for a hook, this is a 2/0 single side wash Gamakatsu hook, very sharp, but you want that straight eye, you want that straight shank. That's the key to your trailer hook. See how it all lays flat? Some of your hooks, the eye will be bent down or it'll be bent up just depending on the style of the hook. But this single side wash runs straight out across like that. Now what we do is we take a piece of 3/16 surgical tubing, and I just buy it in a foot length and throw it in my spinnerbait box. What I'll do is I'll take my side cutters here, and I just take a little section, a 1/4 inch or so, and I just cut it. Cut a little bit better here, guys. I didn't quite get it. Okay. So now, put my tools down. I got just a little tiny piece of surgical tubing. Now what I see happen a lot is people will put that surgical tubing over the eye of the hook like this. And then what they'll do is they'll come in here and they'll thread this guy over like so. It's kind of a pain, you got to work at it a little bit. Okay, just about got it. And they'll slide it back like this. Okay. Now, right now that's fine. See how it's straight out the back? But here's what happens when you rig it like this. If you hit something, that hook will turn off to the side. See how it's turning off the side and it's sticking? What'll happen is that'll cause your spinnerbait to roll off to one side or the other, and if a fish comes up and hits it, they might not get it. So what I like to do, let me just pull this guy back off of here. It's kind of a pain. Like so. What I like to do, the only reason why this is on here is to keep that hook from sliding off. Let me cut another piece of surgical tubing here. What I'll do is I'll take my hook and I'll thread it on like this. Okay, and you always want to make sure that your hook has got the same bend as your front hook. Now see, it's nice and loose on there, but that fish gets on there, it can come off. So what we do here, get it back on there for you. Won't be a pain. Like so. Just take your piece of surgical tubing and then put it on, like so. Now what that does, it allows that hook to swing freely on there. So if you hit something, it's always going to trail behind and it's going to make that spinnerbait run straight. The other thing that it'll do when a fish bites it and gets hooked, he can't come off. It swivels. He's not going to be able to throw that hook. So that's just a little trick on your spinnerbaits. Run the hook on, then run the piece of surgical tubing over. Lets that hook swing free. You're going to get a lot more hookups that way. Good pike, guys.
Good one?
Yeah, he's pretty good fish, guys. He's not a giant, but he's nice. I'll take him. There, good one. Nice snake, guys. Man, he's pulling like a truck. Folks, I tell you what, this is 20 minutes from my house. I'm a blessed man. Have fish like this so close to me. Appreciate every day of it. Oh, I got him, guys. Here we go, folks. Look at that. Beautiful pike. He'd probably go 11, 12 pounds. Nice thick across the back. Absolute beauty. Let's put that dog back in the water. Look at that face. What a beast. All right. Come here, Bubba. Go back and eat a few things, would you? There he goes. All right, back into his weedy home.
Oh, yeah.
Good one, Mick?
I think so. He's put a big bow on the rod. Oh, yeah, that's a nice fish. Yep.
Oh, yeah. You get to the net, Mick. Hang tight.
Always going under the boat.
Go around, go around. Don't let him get on the motor. There you go, buddy.
Oh, okay, come here.
Can you get him?
I think so.
All right, buddy.
All right.
That fish there, folks, was on a big musky buck spinner.
All right.
Beauty, Mick. Good job, buddy.
That's awesome. My new favorite fish. I love
They're
these
awesome,
pike.
aren't they?
Boy,
See why they got the name the water wolf?
Yes, I do. Definite wolf in there.
Mm-hmm.
Predator fish. All right. Put him back. Oh, there he goes.
See you, buddy.
All right.
Good job, Mick. Nice fish.
Awesome. I'm on that right there.
Big musky buck, guys. Switched over from that spinnerbait. Pike fishing's about changing up sometimes. We had some people move through here, and we decided to put the musky buck on, get away from that spinnerbait, because 90% of the people throw spinnerbaits, and look at that, it produced a fish.
Did her good.
Right on, buddy. Good job.
All right, let's get another one.
Folks, we made the transition from the spinnerbait over to the bucktail spinner, and basically it's an inline spinner. When you hear people talking about hairpin spinners, what they're talking about is just the difference right here. This is a hairpin style, this is an inline. And what we've done, we had a lot of fish following it up, and I was starting to get a little frustrated because I was seeing more fish and not catching very many. So what I decided to do was switch over to this inline spinner, bucktail. This is a Boucher tail made by Joe Boucher. It's a great bait. Meps makes them. The color that we prefer for the clear water is this chrome blade, and we prefer what they call the natural hackle. It's just a brown and white. If you're in stained water, once again, you could go with a brass spinner and then go with some chartreuse and orange on your tail. But basically what we're doing here to get a reaction strike, we're fishing the same style of cabbage here, same areas we've been fishing all day, but what we're doing is throwing it out. And when you hear people talking about burning it, this is what they're talking about. You're not messing around. You're absolutely smoking that bait across the surface. It's right underneath the surface. Put your rod tip down to keep that bait in the water and just turn the handle. And it's just all about speed. The speed is what's creating the reaction strike. With a spinnerbait, you can pull it fast, but you cannot pull it as fast as an inline spinner. It wants to come up on the surface. Another key thing when you're burning bucktails like this, the thing I like about the Boucher tail here, if you look, it's got a piece of lead here. That's probably about 3/8 ounce. It's built into the lure. What that lead does is allow me to burn this bait faster, and it keeps it down. With a Mep spinner, for say, they don't come with this weight. What you'd want to do is right on your hook, or if you have room on the shank, you just take some big split shot and crimp it to the shank. What that does is it weights that lure up and allows you to crank it fast. So when you think about burning, you know, you got to realize a pike, along with other fish, can average about 7 miles per hour per foot in length. So a 4-foot pike can do an upwards of 28 miles an hour. You cannot turn the reel handle that fast. So just throw it out and crank it hard.
Oh, it looked like a big fish. Oh God, he's going down. Oh.
Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back.
Oh God.
Whoa, you got it, buddy. You got it.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, 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 no.
What are you gonna do, Mickey?
Look in the front.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Oh man, look at that fish. Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I can't even move.
Take your time.
Oh God. Oh.
I got excited, buddy. Go around, go around, go around. Up and back, up and back.
Oh, man,
don't let it get on the bottom of the boat.
Oh, he's right down there. He doesn't even carry his hook yet.
Oh yeah, look at that, Mickey.
Oh God.
That's a big one, brother. All right, put the camera down and help you.
Okay. Oh God. Oh God, his teeth are so big.
Look at that, folks.
Oh.
Mickey and I are trying to do a double time on the camera work here. He's been wanting to catch a pike his whole life. And look at that. Yep, look at that, folks.
Oh,
that is an absolute beast of a fish. Look at that.
Look at the back on that fish.
That is a beauty, Mickey.
Holy
Let's throw him
cow.
on the boga grip here. Folks, we just measured that fish for Mickey. He's 42 inches long with an 18-inch girth and weighs 21 pounds. What a beauty.
Look at the head on that
Look
fish.
at the head on that guy.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get him back in the water.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Hold on to him for a little bit. Make sure he's all right.
Big old alligator. Oh. No. There he goes.
There he goes, guys.
Super healthy. Yeah, that is awesome.
It's a huge fish. Keep his head down. Look at that, guys. Oh, that's a submarine. That's a submarine, guys. Oh, no, don't go under the boat. Absolute monster, guys. Oh my word. Oh my. What am I gonna do here? All right, folks, we're gonna turn this big guy loose. He got hooked in the gill, so we're gonna try to get him to go back. That's a 25-pound northern, guys. 46 inches by 20 girth. Let's get him back in the water here. I'll shove you off, baby. Yes, go. All right. There she goes. That's a big one, guys. That's what pike fishing's all about. Big, big pike on big spinners. I gotta catch my breath. All right, I want to take a second here, folks, and show you the structure that we're fishing. This is probably the most critical ingredient fall fishing for these pike. Let me just show you. It's referred to as cabbage, and it's all across the country. You'll hear musky anglers and pike anglers, they always talk about cabbage. And this is what they're talking about right here. Now you can see it's a broadleaf vegetation, and it gets a little tiny, here's some right here, let me show you. It gets a little tiny pad that comes up to the surface. Now we're late fall, and this stuff is starting to die off. It starts to die off around, the middle of September or so. But the key to this is you want to find these cabbage beds. This whole area back here is covered with this cabbage. Now what these pike will do is they'll get inside of this stuff. When it's a flat sky and it's really bright, you'll find them tucked up inside. And what you'll want to do is throw your spinnerbait out and burn it across the surface. As the wind starts to pick up and blow, they're just like smallmouth. Smallmouth stage on rocky points when the wind blows. These guys do the same thing, but what they'll do is when the wind's blowing in, they'll stage to the front of that weed bed and they'll ambush that way. The other important thing, you don't want to go out and just start flailing away at any weeds. If you look at these weeds, they're still pretty green. Even though there is some dead stuff in there, they're still pretty green. We see a lot of people, we have a problem in the Northwest with Eurasian milfoil, and I think it's pretty much the same around the country. The stuff is just bad news. And it forms big clumps, and it just absorbs all the oxygen. And the reason why you want to find this green vegetation like this stuff with a leaf here is still processing light. Even though our days are getting shorter going into fall, it's still processing light and it's making oxygen. If you go out and you find a big weed clump and it's all brown and dying, as it dies and decays, it actually absorbs oxygen. So your pH levels will get off. That's when you hear people talking about pH. It has to do with your oxygen. So what you want to do is just find yourself the greenest vegetation you can, preferably this cabbage grass, and then you want to start on a flat day, fish interior. On a windy day, fish your edges. That's all we're doing right there. This is a big fish, guys. Oh man, he's ripping line, guys. That's a big fish, guys. Ken, I might have to have your help on this one, bud.
Okay, bud. We can do it.
Well, folks, I had to have Mickey drop the camera and net that fish for me. Look at that, guys. An absolute beauty. Look at that. That fish right there will go 16, 17 pounds. Big, long, thick fish. What do you say, Mick? Should we call this the go home fish, buddy?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, guys, absolute beauty. All right, we're gonna turn this dude loose.
Oh, he's ready. Awesome.
So pike fish is all about there, Mick.
Yeah.
For a list of today's gear and techniques, log on to axfishing.com and select AX Journals.